ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about this new anime who kinda got on my radar. I got the Romeo and Juliet feeling from it, and the anime in question is Our Last Crusade or The Rise of a New World. A long name based on a light novel, as its usual, very long titles. But I'm starting to get interested into it. I needed the same anime, so to say, with the misfit of Demon King Academy, something along those lines, and this is the anime with this season. Seems to be very interesting. It's not a new concept, so to say, Romeo and Juliet, but with a mix of war in the middle. And let's get into it and see exactly what the anime is about. Now, it starts off with introduction to the world and a bit of character, so to say, to get a feel of the plot. We see there's this mysterious astral power, strange energy that has been in the planet. The users of this said energy have been feared and oppressed by the Empire, one of the two countries that are at war, the Empire and the Nebulous Sovereignty. Now, I don't know exactly what this energy is, what its source and so on. Maybe it's gonna get explained later on. But the focus of the story so far seems to be the war between these two countries and our two main characters wanting to stop said war. Now, we also get introduced to the characters. We see Iska being a prisoner for something he has done in the past, and I'll touch upon that a bit later on. Alice being this royalty astral major witch in the Nebulous country, and also being the Ice Calamity witch. We'll get to that a bit later on also. Now, like I said, both of them want to stop the war, and we also get to some backstory with Iska, the prisoner, so to say, as to why exactly he's a prisoner. We see that he was a saint disciple, some sort of special soldier in the Empire, but he did something against the rules. He let a witch escape from their prison, he saved her, he sent her off. Don't know exactly why he did what he did, maybe just to stop the war, or who that witch is. Does she have any connection with Alice? Honestly, don't know, but this was his crime. Now, flash forward a year. It's been a year since he did this crime, so to say. He saved the girl, and we see him in front of this tribunal, and he seems to be getting released early for some reason. There seems to be more to it as to why they released him, and even one of the later characters we meet, she says that he has been used by these 8 apostles. Maybe that was the actual tribunal, the guys who were judging him over there. They give him a mission to go after Alice, the witch of ice, the Ice Calamity witch. Apparently she's also royalty, like I said, one of the descendants of the mages who actually attacked the Empire. Now, his mission is to go after her. He also gets his weapons back. He's somehow the successor of the Black Steel. That sword seems to be very special. There's a lot more to it, and we get to it also. A lot of stuff have been, so to say, explained in this episode just to get a feel for the world. Now, he also wants his members in for his team, 3 members. And we get to meet each member a bit to get a feel for them. We see Nene is one of the members. She's a waitress at a restaurant. We found out later on that she's also an engineer, very smart. Even though she seems like your airhead character, so to say, by the way she acts. She's very clingy, not afraid to show her emotions. Now, she gets visited by another member, Jean, who's this serious type, very disciplined, calm, cool, and collected. And tells her he's there to grab her to put the squad back together. Now, the third member we meet, she's the captain. We didn't get her name, but she is actually an airhead, honestly, and very clumsy. She trips over, falls down, and completely ignores, pretends it didn't happen. She also gets bullied a bit by the other team members with her age. Even though she says she's 22 years old. And the face she made, the pout face, was very, very cute. Just must protect, honestly. Now, like I said, she's the one who tells Iska that the 8 great apostles kind of used him as he's been set up by them. There's a lot more to his mission or why they released him. Hopefully they delve more into that plotline, so to say, exactly what they want. And there's also no information as to why the war started besides the astral power energy and the mages being oppressed and so on. There's more behind the scenes, so to say, with this war. Now, they also have an advantage that Nebulis has no information on Iska since he's been in the prison as to what his powers are, who he is, also what exactly does it mean to be a saint disciple, maybe this special kind of warrior for the Empire. Now, they get to this reactor base, which is still under construction, but still gets attacked by the Empire. Also see the cycle of war, the Empire builds new weapons, the Nebulis country attacks them, and so on, a never-ending cycle. Now, they finally go after the Ice Calamity Witch, Alice. They get into a car to go after her. They get attacked by this Astral Mage unit. They deal with the unit, so to say, and we get something very interesting about Iska. Apparently he's able to cut through astral magic. It's not explained how exactly, but I don't know, interesting fact about him, that he's actually able to do something against the magic. Now, he also says something very interesting. He's not able to deal alone with all of the mages, mainly because he's not at full power. He says he needs to get his intuition back. I don't know what exactly does that mean or what that intuition does. Maybe he's able to read the opponents or there's something more to that, but just keep that in mind when we get later on more explanation about him. Now, they take out the mages like I said, but another surprise mage appears with Earth Golem, and she's the girl we saw at the beginning of the episode near Alice, her maid. We found out her name is Rin. She has earth magic. Iska, of course, overpowers her, wins the fight against her, but Lady Alice, the other main character we got introduced at the beginning of the episode, finally appears. Now, they get into it as they start fighting Alice and Iska, and I gotta say the ice animation was very awesome. Their powers sort of felt the same in a sense, if I say so a bit. And again, something very curious happened with Iska. He was able to use a magic similar to Alice's, but he says that's not his magic. The magic comes from the weapons, the way he was able to summon those swords. So those weapons seems to be very special. The black one is able to cut through magic. The white one, I'm not sure exactly what it does. Was it the one that he was able to use this magic? I don't know. There's something more to those weapons he has. Now Alice, her plan, or the plan of the Nobilis, Nebulis sovereignty, was to destroy that reactor. She's able to freeze the entire area around them, even the reactor, and that was their plan all along. Now, like I said, they get into the fight. The fight is kind of a draw, both sides not giving any ground, equal damage on both sides, even though Iska got cut a bit by Alice's magic. And they start talking to each other, and we find out both of them want to stop the war, like I said. Iska wants to do everything in his power to stop the war, and Alice wants to unite the world, so stopping the war but by different means. She wants peace for everybody, uniting the world. Now, after their scuffle, so to say, their fight, they each take a step back, Alice being above on a small hill and Iska down below. But somehow she trips, she falls down, a bit of ground gives, and she ends up in Iska's arms. Of course, it's a bit of a love story also, just keep that in mind. Romeo and Juliet, forbidden love on both sides. He catches her, and they get flustered, both of them. And after this moment, Alice retreats, but they both left an impression on the other one. Iska and Alice keep thinking of this encounter and about the other one, especially Alice when she's in her bed with Rin trying to comfort her. Now, Alice also gets a ticket from Rin to go to this opera in the neutral city. Apparently there is a neutral city, sort of like a middle ground. Maybe they go there to talk about peace treaties, or I don't know, between the two countries. Need more information on that neutral city. And during this opera we see that Alice gets very emotional because the opera act, the show that is going on, is sort of the same plot as the entire anime, forbidden love, a girl falling in love with the enemy soldier, sort of like the same situation they're in, or the beginning of where they're heading, I'm gonna assume, but this is probably where it's gonna end up, with them falling in love with each other. And she starts crying. Somebody in the back hands her a handkerchief, and surprise, surprise, I think everybody saw this moment. We see when the camera pans back out, it's Iska. They don't know, they're near each other, it's dark. And after the show, when the lights turn on, he wants to thank him for the handkerchief, and this is where they're both shocked. They meet again, and that's where the episode ends. Now, I'm honestly a bit interested in the anime. I like my fighting anime. We have also some political stuff on the side with the war between the two countries. Also some romance, because why not, between our two main characters. The other cast of characters seems to be interesting. The pout-faced girl was the captain, very cute, must protect. I would love to get into the political side more, his powers, honestly, Iska's powers more, this astral power, what is it, what exactly does it do? A lot of questions, so to say, about the world. Why did the war started, what happened there? I'm curious where the series is gonna go. I'm glad I started watching it. I'm gonna keep watching it. Hopefully it's gonna be good moving forward, and expect more videos about it. Keep enjoying our Last Crusade, or The Rise of the New World. Again, a long title. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again in the next one. Remember to like and subscribe, it helps quite a lot. Bye bye.